Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Freak. Trap House Booming 24/7. You already know what time it is, man. 2024, brand new episode. We have a real estate professional and we have a real estate agent here today. And we come here to give you guys some game like we always do, man. The trap is definitely booming today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
All right, I'm Ray Blackwell. You can find me on Instagram, Holmes_by_Ray. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me for any of your real estate needs. I can definitely try to assist where I can.
Most definitely. And excuse my manners because ladies definitely go first. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say you saved the best for last.
Okay, we're going to say it like that.
Okay. So I'm Ashanti Lafayette, Ashanti Lafayette on all social media outlets. I am a luxury real estate agent, a real estate investor,
Luxury,
a commercial
y'all.
lender. Yeah, don't forget the luxury. And I'm just here to kind of give you guys some game about the real estate industry and all we have to offer.
She ain't come to play.
Right.
Luxury. Highlight that. When did y'all discover y'all had a passion for real estate?
You want to start off?
Yeah, I can actually. So I tell this story all the time, but my family actually developed the neighborhood that I grew up in. So my dad's an engineer, so they were always kind of showing me about real estate, building, construction. And when I was 9, my best friend, her mom always tells me I sold them their house when I was 9 and she was 9, and they were coming into the neighborhood looking at houses. And I'm like, hey, can your daughter come outside and play? And they're like, hey, y'all need to get this girl a commission check because she just sold this house for us.
That's
so,
crazy.
I've always
And they didn't
enjoyed
even
it.
live there.
Nah,
Okay.
they were coming to see the house, and once they got there, they were like, okay, this girl in the neighborhood, she trying to show us the house, show
Right.
us the this.
funny.
I'm like, hey, y'all come on, send your daughter outside. I'm ready to play. So, so look, I feel like I have sales in my blood. I really love the real estate industry, so I'm just,
Where you from?
I'm from Alabama.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay, because when you said Lafayette, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah, so my last name is Lafayette. That's Louisiana, but I'm from Alabama originally. But yeah.
Still the deep south, you did.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure you hear it in my southern draw. So that's when I fell in love with real estate. Just as a kid, realizing that, you could really pave your own way with real estate. So, I just enjoyed it, and I've gone into this industry and made my own way here. So that's it.
Most definitely.
I'm going to keep it a little shorter than that. I definitely didn't start in any real estate background. It was pretty foreign to me, but I'm a hustler, honestly. People call me Jamaican all the time, honestly, because I have so many jobs and there's so many ways of income and to try to get money and try to do better for my kids at this point.
What kind of stereotype is that?
I mean, I don't know. Hey, I haven't been over there yet, so when I get over there, I'm going to ask them what's going on with that. But it's been about 2 years now I'm in the game. I've been learning. Ashanti was one of my first transactions, actually. So I've been learning under her tutelage, trying to watch some of my peers and to try to grow in the game and try to see from the new home sales side how I can see myself going forward and building in this industry.
That was beautiful. He said that was short, but that was pretty lengthy, y'all.
I try to keep it short.
Nah, it's all good, man. And how many years? You said 2 years. How many years have you been doing real estate?
4 years. But if we going back to me being 9, like we gonna say 20 plus,
Yeah.
20 plus. But no, 4 years officially.
That's what's up. How many deals have you closed in these 4 years?
So I have
over there.
closed. I have closed more than 50 transactions, and
In 4 years?
yeah, and more than 10 million in real estate sales.
$10 million?
Money.
10 million in sales. I ain't got 10 million in my bank account,
Nah,
but
still,
look,
no,
but
the
it's
sales,
coming,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm-
That's
I'm-
impressive.
Thank
What you
you.
talking about?
Thank you.
I thought I was a hustler. No, you just made me look smart. Nah.
It's
Y'all
money
already
in
know.
real estate, y'all. It's money in real estate.
Mo Gutter, man. MoGutter.com, man. You know what I'm saying? How many homes in a year is y'all goal? Like, what's the goal in 1 year? You said 50 in 4 years, so that's crazy. I ain't never even heard that before. I was just watching the podcast. Nobody said 50 in 4 years.
Well, my goal for 2024 is, and you heard me say I'm a luxury real estate agent, so I like quality over quantity. So I don't necessarily want to sell a whole lot of homes, but I want those sales prices to be up. So this year, my goal is to service at minimum 24 clients. So I want to sell 24 homes this year.
And how about you? How would you like? What would be your goal?
So my experience on the new home side, what I was doing regularly on that side was 2 to 3 closings a month. Like I said, I'm under her tutelage. I'm trying to watch everything she do, try to get some of that she's getting that paper. So I'm looking towards, I'd say my goal would probably be about 2 a month too. So about that 24 number is what I'm shooting for as well.
2 a month. Have you done any practices?
So I was working for a new home builder. It's not a real estate agent to where you can't sell every home. You can only sell those specific homes for the builder. So on that side of things, we had the product essentially. So I was able to sell those homes. On the side that I'm looking to get into, as soon as I finish this test, it's going to be a whole new world. I'm just basically going to be out there with everyone else in the industry and trying to compete, essentially, try to get any homes that I can get sold, apartments, condos, those types of things. So it's definitely a thing that I'm looking forward to, the challenge. But like I said, I have some good people around me to kind of show me the way.
Most definitely. There's a key word that you just said, compete. And that was my next question. Is there any competition in real estate?
Well, I'm going to take this one because I actually heard him say compete, and I wanted to interrupt him when he said it because we don't compete in this business. Like, it's about attraction. When you position yourself and you brand yourself in a certain way, you attract your ideal clientele. So the people that Ray attracts won't be the people that Ashanti attracts, and the people that Ashanti attracts won't be the people that Ray attracts. So there's really no competition. There's so many houses in Houston to sell,
Right.
and, we're licensed for the whole state of Texas once you're a real estate agent. So, don't limit yourself to feel like you're just competing in a small pond. Like, I'm trying to sell the country. I'm selling the city of Houston, the country, and beyond. So, I don't see any competition out there. I think that all of the houses that I've been able to sell, they were, divine, ready for me to sell them.
You have an abundance mindset.
Right.
But some people don't. So have you ever felt that energy from somebody, like they was trying to outdo you or do something like that towards you? Or you've never even felt that before, so it's like really no competition.
No, I'm not oblivious to it.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely some of that energy, that may swarm around, but I'm not fazed by it.
Okay,
Like, I'm
that's
just,
what's up.
it is what it is. And, if you feel like it's a competition, that's on you. But
yeah.
me,
That's a fact.
I know that what's for me is for me.
Because she been doing this since a child.
Hey,
You
since
feel me?
9 years old.
Don't even try to compete, you feel me?
Let me clear up what I was saying a little bit. Like you said, I don't see the competition amongst peers. The most competition I would say is scarcity, or like the homes being that specific home for that family and being outbid or something like that. I definitely feel like it's within you as far as the drive and what you want to get out of this industry as a whole.
Most definitely, man. That's beautifully put. Do y'all supply leads?
In what regard? Do you mean like for team members or for people you're bringing on, or?
People you bringing on for sure.
Okay, so this is a good place for me. So I do have a team, actually. I'm a team lead, Selling Luxury Group. Follow us at Selling Luxury HTX.
Selling Luxury Group?
Yes.
We don't have to look into this luxury lifestyle.
Hey,
Check her out. She for real.
That's where it's at, but luxury is a mindset as well. So, you just have to feel like you're putting people in a position where they have experiences all the time. So, with our team, the way it's structured, we definitely want to teach people how to fish and not necessarily give them fish.
Right.
But there is an element of like, once we're too busy, because that's when you start to develop a team. When you're too busy, we do hand off some business to people to help them, grow in the industry, to help them learn, and to, really have their own niche, whatever they want to go into, to kind of cultivate that and to make it better. So, in one regard we do, but we also want to make sure people know how to get their own leads.
Most definitely. So within saying that, how do y'all feel about giving this game right now?
I want all mine, I want all mine, I want all mine, yeah, I want all mine. I want all mine. From the sunshine to the nighttime. Yeah, I want all mine. Putting overtime, no such thing as 9 to 5. We on grind, get rich or we die try. The block's on fire.
Like giving it for free. Are y'all stingy with the knowledge? Do y'all charge for consultation? Do people got to take classes? Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like for us specifically, I'm trying to, like I said, I have 2 kids now. I'm trying to just show my kids and my family what I wasn't shown before. As she said, she came up in it a little bit. I definitely wasn't. I thought this was just a rich man's sport, something I saw on TV that was just not for me. But the more that I see people that look like us, people that move like us, and the more that I understand that we all need homes and we all kind of can play a part in assisting our own people, not only our own people, but especially our people in our communities, because some of our backgrounds, we don't come from this. So as the more that I see, the more that I'm engaged in trying to bring people with me. Like I said, this is why I'm here right now today, to kind of just share a little a light on what we do, on what we offer, on how we can assist each other.
Most definitely.
And I'll piggyback on that. I definitely feel like I'm free game all the time, all the time, all the time. I actually mentor agents as they're coming in new. Like I said, I have a team, so we're able to kind of grow agents through the team. If they come onto it. So I definitely feel like, just like I said, there's no shortage of homes in our area. So I want you to be able to go out there and get it, and I want you to do better than me if you can. Like, I want everybody to be their best self. So anything I can do to kind of offer you something along the way, I'm happy to do it. I always say freely give and it'll be given to you. So
Most definitely. Is this a full-time for you
it is.
and yourself? You would like it to be full-time for you, huh?
Yeah, full-time is what I'm shooting for. Like I said, I'm pretty new in the game relatively, but yeah, this is definitely a path I see for myself.
Full-time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, most definitely. How important is credit when stepping into this real estate game?
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
So credit is important, but simply put, there's ways to fix credit. And people feel like it's like a death sentence, like, oh, my credit's bad. It's like, really, you can fix your credit. You can fix your credit fairly quickly. You can make new habits and your credit score will reflect those new habits. So, when people think that credit is an obstacle, even money, like when people think savings is an obstacle, I'm always trying to show them a path forward. Like, hey, this doesn't have to be a challenge. Like, that's why you come into a professional who knows what they're doing, who has the, connections, the relationships to be able to fix what you've broken, and then we keep it on the up and up from there. So, I don't see a challenge with improving credit. So it is important, but don't make it a reason you don't call me.
Right. And just to kind of go off what she was saying, it's a balancing act. It's not the end-all, be-all. There's so many factors. Like she said, the professionals are there for a reason to assist and kind of get those answers for you to, if not get you in that home today, to get you that game plan to get you in that home real soon.
For sure. What are some of the best states, in your opinion, to own properties in?
So it depends on your strategy. So in real estate, there's tons of different strategies. Some people want to buy and hold properties. Some people want to fix and flip properties. Some people, just want to be investors and own a lot of property and rent them out, for cheap. So it depends on what your strategy is. There are some target areas geographically that are known to have, low cost homes, and you can rent them out for high. Like, I'll give you Detroit, for example. You can go into Detroit area, you can buy properties for relatively low, and you can use like Section 8 or other strategies to get rental income that's a lot higher than, what you would have been paying on the debts for that home. Right. Alabama, where I'm from, that's similar in nature. We have that same kind of system where there's a lot of people who are on housing vouchers because of the median income, because, it's relatively low income in some of those areas. So you can buy really low and you can rent them out. out.
Right.
Now, on the flip side of that, you have places like California where, appreciation is just skyrocketing. And if people want to buy property and hold it so they can pull money out later, or just have something that's their retirement plan, you buy in California, you buy in New York, where they're known to have these high appreciations. But where it's really at is Houston. That's why you call me. That's why you call me, because we have great prices. We do have great rental specs on properties. We have a great multifamily market right now. People are building new construction duplexes where you can kind of house hack, live on one side, rent out one side. So, Houston's where it's at. That's why you call me, to assist you to buy property in Houston.
Yeah, the secret is out. Houston is definitely growing by the second. So, like I said, to piggyback off what she said, this is definitely one of the great areas to, and if not only invest, it's kind of to start your family journey and then go from there.
Now you done took my brain somewhere else. First, this is not even in the criteria, you know what I'm saying? Airbnb, do you deal with that?
Oh yeah. So, Airbnb is another thing. I go back to strategy. There's so many different strategies in this real estate game. Like, you can own property in Airbnb it. You can rent property in Airbnb it. Rental arbitrage. There's so many different ways to go about investing in real estate. So, if somebody comes to me, basically I get their game plan. They tell me this is what I want to do. And then from there, we strategize. What's the best way to do it? What's the best way to help you achieve your goals? So, I don't turn down anything. You can come to me and tell me, hey, sell this plot of land for $10. And hey, I'm putting it on the market. I'm putting it on the market because somebody needs that land and somebody's going to do something with it. And they might put a luxury 4-story townhome on there that I'll sell in 2 years. So, it's so much money, it's so much just opportunity in real estate. So, there's nothing you can ask me, do I do in real estate, that I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
Do you own? Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Oh, something she just said, actually, what she said, somebody might need it later, or you never know who's going to use it or benefit. The main thing about this business is referrals. You never know whose family, whose cousin, whose sister, whose brother is going to need something. So that referral thing is really big, not only locally. People coming from out of state, out of the country. Referrals are real big. So it's like back to what you were saying about passing the knowledge. Literally just getting the word and getting the information out there is kind of half the battle, and seeing what can come your way.
That's what's up. So, 2 more things that popped in my mind when you guys were talking. I'm from Maryland, and it's high. That's why I'm in the South.
Yeah.
I don't never want to be over there anymore, ever in my life. I've been here for 11 years now, and the prices are good. So, like, for an agent who's trying to sell, where prices are high, is that, like, a better place for you to be? Or where prices are low is where you should be? Or is it all about a flip?
So, to Ray's point, referrals is, that's how you maximize areas that you're not necessarily in. So if you want to take advantage of like a DMV area, right, you create referral partners in DMV. So if I know you, and you have people in DMV that need to sell property or buy property, you're like, hey, Ashanti, I know you're in Houston, but, you have some people in DMV area that can help my people out. So by way of that referral, you're my people, right? Mm-hmm. You're my people, and your people are my people. So when I refer them out, I still get paid on that deal because so it's high area, low area. I'm still able to get, something off of that transaction just because of the relationship. So I don't think it matters what area you're in, whether it's low cost, high cost. Mm-hmm. If you create opportunities for yourself, you'll do well in this industry. So.
Yeah, we're really matchmakers. Like they say, it's somebody for everybody. And it's just like that with housing and real estate. It's something for everybody.
Most definitely. One thing I do notice, the thing with the government, I don't even know the term of it or anything like that, but when houses are like, when people can get a house for like $10 a month, what is that called?
Well, depreciation or?
Basically, like it's a messed up, like it's cardboard boxes in like, say in Baltimore, you got like a whole street cardboard box, but that one little house right there, somebody living in, but they paying like $20 or something like that. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I just know people that live in some houses for like $9 a month. I'd be like, how? How does that even work?
Well, are they being subsidized by the government? Like,
Rovers, turn me up real quick. Moving faster, moving faster. She slow it down, then she wind her waist, then moving faster. She hotter than lava, get it from her mama. She special, she know how to boogie for sure, do it for the dun-da-da. She enter the club in the section.
maybe, there are government programs, they're being subsidized. So maybe housing, housing programs or things like that. So the way that those kind of situations work is they're need based. So if you have people in areas and they have need for them, you will have a influx of properties being built to service those needs. And because those people are paying, like you said, $9 a month, the city and the state, they're not putting a lot of money into those properties either. So you say cardboard boxes, they don't want to spend a whole lot on something they're not gonna make because it's capitalistic society that we're living in. So they're like, oh, we'll give you subsidized housing, but it's not gonna be pretty.
And
it's
that's
not
it.
gonna be nice.
There you go.
Unless you're in California, because
So
their projects are nice.
So when there's land for sale, that has nothing to do with the government. They just waiting on somebody to come buy that property.
It depends on where the land is. So some land is privately owned. Some is owned by, the states. It's typically not like the government in, in that regard. It's usually the states will own that property. So right, it's more of a local thing. And so you may have properties that have been seized by like the state, the local authority, because people died and, they stopped paying their property taxes or, those types of things. But most of the properties that you see, they're owned by people, corporations, Wall Street. Like, people are buying land because there's no more of it being created.
So after you done bought your land and bought your house, you still got to pay the state taxes on that?
Yeah.
Even after you own it, they still
Really?
You do.
Dang, America.
This is America.
The good with the bad.
So you said, so just to piggyback on what are the best states, what are some of the worst states absolutely to do real estate in?
I will say rural areas are really tough. So if you have states that have a whole lot of like rural areas where, there's lots of land, it's undeveloped, those are pretty tough because there's not a lot of use for the land. Like, you can't really, if there's cattle everywhere and this, you can't find ways to create opportunity. Like in Houston, you can go drive down the street and you'll see an empty lot, and tomorrow that empty lot could have a house on it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're going into these, super rural areas where it's just, exactly, where it's just fields and fields and fields of land, and there's not any people there to actually develop that land and people to live on it, then it becomes useless. And so it's very difficult to find use in something that people deem useless.
Yeah, it's hard to create a market for that. It's literally going to be so limited, like you were saying. So where there's no market, there's no, like you said, essentially there's no use. So you can kind of overlook that to see where there's opportunities near the metropolitan cities, I apologize, where there's going to be a lot of attraction to different walks of life, essentially, give you more options and variety.
What's better, homes or commercial properties?
There's no better or worse.
Okay.
There's no better or worse.
I knew that was the answer you was going to give.
Right. I mean, residential properties are need-based, like, for the most part. So everybody needs a place to live. Everybody needs somewhere to, call home. But on the flip side of that, you have small businesses, mid-sized businesses, large businesses that, like the business that we're in, that need commercial space to operate. And so there's still a need for that because, people's small businesses run the world. Like, that is, that's what makes up our economy. So, there's no right or wrong way. I always say, if you can afford to invest in property, whether it's commercial, residential, do it, and, make smart decisions. Get with people like me who, can help guide you through the transaction. But yeah, there's no wrong way to do real estate.
Most definitely. Why would you recommend anybody to even get in this field of doing real estate?
Right?
I would say that it's just universal. I mean, like she said, everyone needs somewhere to live.
Right.
As far as the economy, businesses need places to operate. So it's so universal. And there's not as many barriers that people would assume. There's a lot of things that you can just ask and get your questions answered very quickly. To where those barriers that you thought existed really aren't there. There can be some quick solutions to your situation, and you can kind of get your ownership journey going as well, whether it be commercial or residential. So it's just so universal need. So it's literally something that everybody can get involved with.
Most definitely. The last time we were in a recession was 2008. I never got to feel that because I was young. I was in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? We are currently in 2024. How is the recession affecting the market right now? Is it even smart to buy any property at this moment?
It's going to be real short this time actually. Answer is whenever you are available and able to buy property, buy the property. I don't have all the background knowledge that she's going to give you, but buy if you're able.
Okay. So the recession currently is impacting the market because there's some, artificial, I guess, adjustments that are being made to help offset inflation and, to just overall help the economy get back to a healthy place. So it's not ever a smart idea to wait to buy real estate because if you're in a position, like Ray said, if you're in a position and you're able to buy, you should go ahead and buy because you have so much more control over your path forward. And this is primarily kind of talking about your primary property, the property you live in, your home. Rents could be out of control based on the uncertainty in the economy. So, it's never a smart time to wait when you are in a position to buy property. Outside of that, I think the recession is gonna do what it's gonna do. We're in a place where we are watching the interest rates kind of go up and down, up and down, up and down, and once it stabilizes, the market will it'll regulate itself. And right now, we're just kind of navigating those waters. We're giving people more options. We're giving them better products for mortgages. That's what you've got to do. You just adjust with the times. You don't let the times adjust you.
Most definitely. So basically, like, say a family can't afford their home right now and they're selling it for dirt cheap just because they need the money at that moment. And you got the money. You going to buy that property, right?
And the investors take advantage
Right.
of the desperation of
Other people.
sellers. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Corporations and all, yeah, it's big on what they do. They see basically a hole to where they can go ahead and get it quick, like you said. They do prey. I will say that they will prey on the common man, but that's what business is. It's black,
Right.
It's black and white.
It's war.
Right. But I want to add this because they always say like if you've ever invested in like the stock market, they always say like you never lose until you sell, right? And so that's the same thing. Like people get into desperate situations, but it's still smart to reach out to your agent before you just sell your house for dirt cheap. And you're thinking you're doing yourself a service like, okay, I need this cash and I need it quick, but there are other alternatives to keep you in your home and to save you from throwing away years and years of equity that you've grown in your property. So, never make irrational decisions based on temporary circumstances.
Most definitely. Somebody that has good credit with no money, how should they start off?
Call me.
Oh, that was a great
one.
answer.
Step
That
one.
was a
Call
great
me.
answer. Is it smart to get a loan to own a property?
I will say that word circumstantial. Like you said, even about the credit, my background is mainly in new home builds, so where you can come in with programs that will have little to no money down to get you in the door. So the better your credit, the more options that you have to acquire those properties. So it just depends on what your circumstance is that you're able to do financially. Like I said, well, there's a will, there's a way. There's a lot of lenders that know how to do a lot of things to kind of make those numbers make sense on paper.
Most definitely. How important is social media to what y'all do?
At Ashanti Lafayette on all platforms.
We are millennials. We definitely are millennials.
Right, but no, social media is huge. It's free advertisement, and I put emphasis.
Welcome to Death Row.
Y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Freak. Thank you for tuning in to Trap House Booming 24/7. And you see what's going on, man. Mo Gutter from head to toe. You feel what I'm saying? We got the hats right here. We got the hoodies. We got the track pants. You feel what I'm saying? We got them on display. We got all type of flavors for you. You can get that at mogutter.com. The link and descriptions are on below. mogutter.com. MOGUDAH. You did.
On free, because if you aren't doing the free things that could bring and attract you business, then you shouldn't be doing the paid things.
Right.
Because, it is a free channel to get out to the masses. There's only so many people I could touch physically in my day-to-day life, but I'm able to touch thousands, millions of people on the internet. So why not use those platforms to grow my business? And like I said, it's free. It is free to use. So stop scrolling, start posting.
There you go.
Most definitely.
And something that you were saying, as far as reaching out to so many people, it can really work for you while you're asleep. Go ahead and post up your information and reach out to people who may have an off schedule as far as their work schedule, and they're only up late night or so. So they can definitely get that information they need and still reach out to you and be able to reach you where they wouldn't be otherwise.
Before social media, what do you guys think were the strategies of marketing? Well, I know like advertisement on newspapers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, Ray is knocking right now with his hands, door knocking, like going door to door sales was huge. Commercials was a big thing, in our industries. I mean, we got Mattress Mac here in Houston, like, like the commercial guru, but you're talking about, phone books, people with listings, like you said, in newspapers.
Yellow books back in the day, man.
People were using what they had. They were using what they had at the time as outlets. And so, similarly, we're doing the same thing. Most people get their news from social media. So they're not on the news anymore, watching for those things. So, a segment on the news might not be as impactful as 200,000 followers on Instagram.
Exactly. And word of mouth comes in so many forms. Back in the Stone Ages, I'm sure they had to pass information on however they could. Word of mouth, how we do it, like you said, 2,000 followers in one post, that's going to be our form of word of mouth. But like you said, before social media, if the internet went down for whatever reason, Y2K, for example, I wasn't in real estate then, but if the crash happened to where they thought it was going to crash, you could still have your neighbor that had a house that was sold to them, and still he can pass it on to his cousins and family and friends as well.
Most definitely. Do y'all pay for promotion? Like when y'all do hit those posts?
I don't never pay for it.
I have done paid promotions at times, especially shared when I'm doing like events or promoting certain things and I want to get people out there. So I do paid promotion, but by and large, I use what's free to me. But if I want to reach a target group of people quickly, I will pay for the promotion.
Effective?
It is. It is, especially if you want to target like very specific areas or very specific people. Those algorithms, all that behind the scenes technology with Facebook, Instagram, and some TikTok, those things are there and designed to help you and help the companies, obviously. But people pay ad spend. They're spending
millions
money
of
on ads.
dollars.
Exactly. So it is something that I don't discourage, especially if you're in a position in your business where you are, able to spend that money. I just talked to a tax professional like right at the end of the year. And he blew my mind. He's like, yeah, I'm spending about $40,000 on ads. And I was like, how much he making?
Yeah.
You gotta be coming back somewhere.
$40,000 on ads, like $40,000 on ads. But you gotta spend money to make money, pay to play, exactly. So I don't discourage it, especially if you got it. Like it's just an investment. It's an investment into your business to help it grow faster and scale faster.
Right. Are buyers allowed to cancel a contract?
Most contracts have that language to where it's mutual, to where if whatever the circumstance is, it doesn't work for one of the parties, there's language in those contracts to kind of just walk away generally, they can walk away peacefully, but sometimes it just depends on the timing of things as well.
Well, I'm gonna follow up there. I'm gonna follow up there
Generally.
just because I don't want any of my buyers out there getting no wild ideas about walking away. No, but seriously, there are penalties.
Get your money back now.
Right, there are penalties if a buyer just decides without cause to walk away from a transaction. We have things called like option periods here, where you have the option to walk away from a contract.
Generally like a week, the first week.
Well,
Generally.
yeah, it depends. Well, everything's negotiable.
Yeah.
Everything is negotiable, but whatever you write in as your option period, that's typically the time you have to walk away with the contract and still be able to like get the money that you put down on the property back. You may lose that option fee, but if you are far along in the process and you just decide like, oh, I got cold feet and I want to walk away, you may be subject to fines. Sellers are able to sue you for specific performance on that contract. So it's important to have an agent who understands the contract, who reads the contract, who knows exactly when your dates of performance expire, so that if you do have any, reservations, you express those and people can get you out of the contract without you losing money.
Are lawyers involved in this? Or that only becomes something like when the contract is not?
Well,
being met by
in
one
Texas,
party.
it's a little different. So if people from across the country are watching this, there are sometimes lawyers, like Georgia, for example, they have lawyers that close their real estate files. In Texas, we have something called promulgated forms. And those forms were reviewed by attorneys, and the real estate agents, once they're licensed, they have the authority to kind of act on those contracts and to utilize the contracts to do our service. So we don't have to include an attorney in our transaction. That is because they make us do a whole lot of study. They make us take legal courses before we're able to get our license. I think it's 180 hours, right, before and after, right. You have to do it every year to renew your license. So it is, people think that it's easy to kind of get into the industry, but it's very important to also continue to fuel yourself with knowledge, because you never want to be on the receiving end of a lawsuit because of something you didn't know to tell your buyer or seller.
And you have to stay current. Things change, economies change. You were talking about the recession earlier. Things change as far as what you're able to do. So you just have to stay abreast of what's local, what's current, and just kind of keep yourself out of those trouble situations.
Most definitely. What is a commission split, and how do you negotiate that?
I'm not trying to get in trouble with NAR.
Oh, for real?
No, well, it's a whole thing right now with this lawsuit that's happened with the National Association of Realtors, and it's specifically about commissions. But everything is negotiable. So there are no strict rules and guidelines about commissions and how you negotiate commissions. It is based on you as a professional, how you decided to structure your business and what you're able to negotiate with your buyers and sellers. So, in our market, if you can sell yourself to a seller and tell them, hey, I want a 10% commission on this deal, a 15% commission on this deal, 20% commission on this deal. If you're able to sell it to your seller and they sign their agreement and that's what you get paid, that's what you get paid.
Right.
If you are walking in and you're like, hey, I'm very new to this and I'll take a 0.5% commission, that is what you're getting paid. Like whatever you're able to negotiate for yourself is what you're able to get paid. Now, on the transactions where you have buyers and sellers, we do typically split that with the other party on the other side, whatever you're able to negotiate. But even then, that's negotiable. So, it is all negotiable. And the more you know about the industry, the more you're kind of keeping yourself current on the things that are happening, the better position you're in to be able to negotiate for yourself.
Most definitely. Cool.
Yeah, everything she said.
Who are some of the top real estate gurus, like off tops, like the big dog? The top, I want to say just name one, but name like the top three.
Gurus. Tell me
Yeah.
what you mean by gurus.
Like off tops, like who is the best in real estate?
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my girl in Atlanta, Kiana Watson.
I want all mine, I want all mine, I want all mine, yeah, I want all mine. I want all mine. From the sunshine to the nighttime, yeah, I want all mine. Putting overtime, no such thing as 9 to 5. We on grind, get rich or we die try. The block's on fire.
Because I love me some Kiana Watson. I think she my auntie in real life, my cousin, my friend girl. But no, she is killing it in the luxury real estate space, her professionalism. So when I think about, who inspires me in the game, that's one person that comes to mind.
And just to jump off of that, there's not one name that I think of when I get into this industry. What kind of opened my eyes to wanting to do this is if you look around, there's a lot of millionaires and billionaires with B's. They are getting their start in real estate. Real estate is a foundation for a lot of wealth in this country specifically. So not just one person. Like literally, you can see a whole lot of different corporations and branches that started with one simple transaction. So I definitely would say just the industry as a whole is kind of what inspires me to kind of step in myself and keep going.
Give us a name.
Right.
Ashanti Lafayette.
Okay.
Like I said,
Other than her, because I knew I thought she was gonna say her name. Okay.
honestly, I don't have any specific names. Like I said, I'm kind of getting just to this new side of things.
Okay.
So I'm just looking around the rooms and not trying to cut myself off and still in the learning stages, essentially myself.
What qualities make a good real estate agent?
So one, professionalism. So let's start there. So always being professional, making sure that you are educated in your industry and your craft, treating your business like a business. Two, being a kind person. People are going through things. You may come across folks who are selling homes because their loved ones have died, and you never know what people are going through. So being kind-hearted and compassionate with the people you encounter is huge. It goes a long way. And I'll end on integrity. It's too many people out here scamming. If you are not a person of integrity, stay in whatever industry you're in right now, because we don't want you up here. So integrity, being a person who is just, they do what they say what they mean, and, they are legit. Legit, it's just too many people who are not on the up and up, and they want to take advantage of people.
Right.
And, it's just too much of that. So those are the things that I think make great real estate agents.
Yeah, some of the things we talked about a little bit earlier, selling yourself essentially, because you can have an auntie, you can have a cousin, you can have a lot of people that have their real estate license, and there's definitely that option for them to go that way. So selling yourself definitely, and just having that drive inside you. This is something that you are the business essentially, if you want to look at it that way. You just have that drive to get up and go get it essentially.
Okay, most definitely. What questions do you ask clients to make sure their needs are met?
Well, that question, like, have I met your needs? I always tell my clients that I want them to get real comfortable with me, because, these are some of the toughest relationships to build, because you're getting in people's draws, really. It's like you are asking people what's in their bank account, what's their credit score. You are literally in people's business. So being able to get people to trust you and to feel comfortable with you, to share that type of information with you, you've just got to, one, have the ability to let them know, hey, I know what I'm doing, and you can trust me with your information, your confidential information.
I'd be scared.
Right, exactly. But and a lot of people
take my
are.
Social Security.
Exactly.
And it's just the fear of the unknown, honestly. Like I said,
Right.
I was the same way. The more you go through these transactions, you'll see, especially for first-time situations, it's literally just the fear of the unknown, and it's just a simple conversation, like you say, getting comfortable with the professionals. Like, they do this on a day-to-day basis, so generally you can trust them to know kind of what they're talking about versus someone off the street. But yeah,
I
just
have to find you, man.
exactly. We don't want none of that. We just want everybody to be on the up and up and just be comfortable with that transaction and, like I said, that dialogue.
Well, one the thing is we deal with dozens and dozens of people. You do not have to worry about me remembering your social security number. I will not remember it.
What's the hardest part of keeping your clients focused when you're doing a home tour?
Actually leading. So leadership is one of the qualities that I should have mentioned earlier about being a real estate professional, because people can get kind of tossed to and fro in this industry. And that's truly because they're not leading the transaction. Like in my mentorship program, I always tell my mentees, like, you've got to be in control. Like, don't let the seller, the seller's agent, the builders, the lenders, anybody else be in control. Like, you've got to be like your own, the quarterback. You've got to be in control of this transaction. And so even when you're touring a property, you've got to be in control. You're leading people through this, you're guiding them through this home. You're telling them, what they should be looking at. This is what you should be looking at. This is what you should be paying attention to. We can change the paint color. So, you're helping lead the way by truly being in that leadership role and knowing what you're talking about. If you go into a house and you're like, you don't know anything about it, you can't find the light switch, they're in control. Right. They're finding things before you find them. They're finding imperfections before you find them. But if you already know, because you've studied your craft, you've studied that home, then you can already say, like, oh yeah, I know the paint's chipped over there, but I've already got that priced out. Like,
all that's gonna do is build trust, and
right.
It's gonna help everything in the transaction.
Most definitely. Boom. Okay, Ray, I know you got to wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Do you got any final words for the people out there before you leave?
I will just say, trust your professionals. Like I said, don't leave those stones unturned. There's so much stuff on the internet. You can do your own research, but definitely, if you are interested, if you think it's your time, go ahead and do that research, do a little of that legwork, and start the process. There's no bad time to look into real estate, and ownership is kind of key to wealth. It's key to growth in your family. It's key to everything that runs the world. Little do you know behind the scenes. So ownership, whatever you can get and take, I would suggest taking those steps and getting started. We've covered a lot here today. I just want to say thank you for having me today.
Most definitely.
Thank you to our
thank you
guest
for
host
coming
here. And thank you guys for having me as well. Like I said, I got a client I got to step out and attend to, but it was definitely a great evening.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate you for coming, like I said, man.
No problem.
All right, cool. Yeah. What's your favorite part about this real estate game?
Well, my favorite part is really like the people I get to meet. And I know that kind of sounds cliche, but seriously, I have met some incredible people in this business that I never would have crossed paths with. So, I get excited about the opportunity every day to just meet new people, learn new things from them, because it's truly opened up my mind to how big this world is and how big the opportunities are. So, my favorite thing is I feel like it's created a sense of like constant growth in me, because I see people, go from their first time home to, their second home to their dream home. And I see that as the kind of roadmap to life. Like, you continuously progressing every year, every day, every hour. And real estate's really taught me that. And there's no limit. There's truly no limit. So that's my favorite part.
That's crazy, because I feel like that's in whatever you do that you love to do. Like, even going to the gym, you can see yourself grow, and it teaches you patience. It teaches you a whole lot of stuff. So, yeah, that's amazing what you just said right there. How does appearance play a role in selling property?
They're not going to like me for this one. So I definitely think, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Right. And people definitely, they see you and they think certain things about you based on the way you look. And, I'll drop one more caveat there. It's like, we're African American. And, it's even harder to get into certain spaces and for people to take you seriously. So, the way you look and the way you present yourself, I think, is a huge representation of how seriously you take your craft and your business. There's certain ways I just don't show up to business meetings because I want them to treat me like the person I am. And I know I'm operating in excellence. So, I try to look the part, speak the part, do the part, educate them in that same regard. So, I think people look at you and they feel a certain way based on the way you look. And, no shade to anybody who shows up in their flip flops and shorts or PJs.
Rovers, turn me up real quick. Moving faster, moving faster. She slow it down, then she wind her waist, then moving faster. She hotter than lava, get it from her mama. She special, she know how to boogie for sure, do it for the thunder. She enter the club in the section.
But that's just not, I don't feel like they take you as seriously when you show up that way.
But do you know any real estate agents who show up in flip-flop and shorts and make that money, though?
I sure do. They do. They do. And, hey, it
Kudos
is.
to
Hats
them.
off. Yeah, hats
Yeah.
off to them. And,
You just
that's
like looking good for yourself, you know what I'm saying?
hey, it is what it is, a personal preference. That's why I said they're not going to like me for this, because there's a lot of people who, they don't care about that and they don't feel like it should speak for their work. But before you can start working, people have an opinion of you.
Exactly. Most definitely. Do you look into other properties around the world, or do you just stick to America?
So I actually, as a licensed realtor in Houston, we are actually licensed to do international real estate. So through Houston Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors, we're able to do international business. I just had someone reach out to me about potentially getting financing for property in Ghana. So I'm not limited to Houston, to Texas, to the United States. If people want to buy real estate, I also mentioned that I offer commercial lending. I can figure out a way to either connect them with the right people or to be the person to be connected to.
Right. Because I asked that question because I just came back from Africa in December. And this is in a lot of third world countries, not just Africa. But my homeboy is in a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom for $300 a month.
Yeah.
And I'm just sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick. 300 with a pool in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice little rooftop, you can look at the stars at night.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sick.
Yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of people who own property internationally, and they use it as investments. They use it for vacation spots. It's a smart way to invest. It's smart because if you know people who are going on a trip and they're going to Africa, if you got the spot in Africa, you are the person they're coming to. So it's never a bad place to buy real estate. To be honest, it's just. It's whatever your strategy is.
You would think more people would want to take advantage of that, but I think it's more of a cultural shock. I was born in America, but I'm African by blood. So for me, it's like I can camouflage. I blend into whatever environment you throw me in, type stuff. I'm real good at like looking at other people's cultures and embracing it. I feel like for other people, it's not so. I think they like a lot of people. They just like, this is my culture, and I don't give a F about y'all culture, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I feel like I have the advantage because I'm open-minded. A lot of people are so closed-minded and they don't want to tour the world, or they don't want to just look outside of themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's very important, to look outside of who you are and where you come from. What makes you stand out from other real estate agents?
You see me? No, I'm kidding.
Yo.
No, I stand up. Look, I stand out. Thank you.
Right, because I definitely was hitting the other button for your ass. Okay.
No, but really, I stand out because I am, myself. Like, I don't try to be anybody else in the business. I'm just trying to be me. I bring good energy into rooms. I like to be a light when I'm walking into the rooms. So, that's what makes me stand out. I'm me. I'm my own individual self, and nobody can say that. Nobody else is Ashanti Lafayette.
Man, that's a great answer. When things are going out your way, how do you overcome adversity?
Well, I'm a Christian. So I will say that, when things aren't going my way and I'm facing adversity, which in your entrepreneurship journey, if you have not experienced it, you will experience it. So prepare yourself for it. I pray, like I pray about it, and whether that's just because I need guidance or direction or just because I want to make myself feel better, that's I'm deep rooted in my faith. That's another part of being from the deep South. Look, I grew up in Kojic churches. So I am, I lean into my faith when things are not going my way because I know it's outside of my control. And I don't try to control everything that,
So important.
right. I'm going to let it be and I'm going to be the best version of myself in that situation. But, I'm going to take it to God in prayer. That's it.
Before I left on vacation, I was always having anxiety because I'm trying to control everything.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you realize to let go, man, you're gonna have more control than you are trying to control. For sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What are some tips for some first time home buyers?
Okay, tip number one, call me. But
That's a good answer right there. I
that's
like
gonna
that one.
always be my number one go-to.
Yeah.
But if you are a first-time home buyer, try to start saving money. That's one of the first things that I think you should do if you're interested in buying property. Look into your budget and figure out ways that you can cut out certain things that are not necessities and figure out how to put some of that money away so that you're prepared for the journey of purchasing a home. Tip number two is manage your expectations. Like everybody wants to live the life of the rich and famous, and sometimes it's just like get in the game. Like get in the game. You don't have to wait until you're ready to buy your dream home. You don't have to wait until you're ready to, have the home that has the EV charger in it. Like, look, get in the game. That property could lead you to the things that you are, wanting. So yeah, start saving some money. Call me, get in the game, and manage those expectations for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. What are some qualities that you feel like you can improve on?
Well, I can be on time more. I was on time today.
For sure,
I was on time today.
Yeah.
But I'm typically not an on time person. And
You really tell the camera that?
I did,
Okay.
but hey, I'm being real. You
Nah, that's
asked the
what's up.
question.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, like I've adopted this mindset that once I start to feel rushed, then I'm not my best self.
Mhm.
So I start to slow down. And if that means I'm late, hey, I feel like I still show up as my best self versus me showing up as like a disheveled, crazy person because I'm trying to rush to do something.
Right.
So it's like I try to give myself a little bit of grace in that regard because I do want to show up as the best version of myself, but I have to discipline myself to be able to make sure, I'm not wasting anybody's time. I'm not wasting opportunities because I'm not on time. So that's one thing. And another thing, I'm pretty awesome. No, I'm kidding. No, I think probably being open to the idea of like friendship, like deep friendship. I feel like that's one of the things that I need to work on because I meet a lot of people, I socialize with a lot of people, but I don't really let a lot of people in. And, even doing this podcast, that's like a way to let people in. Like, I'm letting you inside of my journey. People see me on social media. They see what I post. They see what I'm able to share. But, I don't really share a lot about myself with a lot of people. So letting people in, you never know. Like, those people could be your soulmates and the people, who you connect with the most, and you create lifelong friendships. So I definitely need to work on letting people in more.
It's a scary thing at the same time though, because you let the wrong get in your life,
Right.
and they could come and destroy everything.
That
you got,
part.
you feel me?
That part.
Like literally, I see it every day.
Yeah, but see, that's fear though. That's fear. Like the
Right.
fear of the unknown will stop you from reaching your best potential.
Right.
And one thing about this industry is relationships matter.
Yep.
Like relationships will get you into doors that like no amount of education can get you into, no amount of
again.
money can get you into. So those relationships matter, and so the more genuine those relationships are, the better those opportunities are. So that's why I say I have to be more open, because I have been guarded in some regards, but everybody not out to get you. So pray for discernment.
Discernment for sure.
Welcome to Death Row.
Y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Freak. Thank you for tuning in to Trap House Booming 24/7. And you see what's going on, man. Mo gutter from head to toe. You feel what I'm saying? We got the hats right here. We got the hoodies. We got the track pants. You feel what I'm saying? We got them on display. We got all type of flavors for you. You can get that at mogutter.com. The link and descriptions are on below. mogutter.com. MOGUDAH. You did. So that saying that they say sometimes it's not what you know, but it's who you know. That's very true. Most definitely. What are some of your strongest qualities that you know that you have?
I am a leader. I was born a leader.
Born a leader?
I was born a leader. And a lot of people say, like, leadership is taught, it's a learned behavior. And I'm like, I was born this way. Like, I was leading people in pre-K. No, I think that one of my greatest qualities is that, I'm able to follow when it's time to follow. I'm able to lead when it's time to lead. And, I attract people that trust me to lead them. So, I try to do the work so that once people are leading me, I'm leading them on a clear path. I'm leading them to success. I'm leading them to something, and they're not blindly following me, off a cliff. So leadership is definitely one of my strongest attributes, and I think it makes me who I am.
I like that. What is your overall goal? When it's all said and done, you and your rocking chair, what's gonna make you happy doing this real estate?
Legacy. 3 children. I have 3 children. And making sure that my children are able to see the world, to see this world as big, to always want to strive for more and better things. That's why I do what I do. That's why I try to operate, in excellence. I try to teach them to operate in excellence. Even when they're doing school projects, like go the extra mile, do something different, stand out, because those things are going to follow them along their journey. So in real estate, I have some clear business goals, but the ultimate goal is for me to be able to leave my hard work to my children.
Most definitely. I love that answer. And it's the last question right here. How important is the black community to you? Like just passing down this knowledge and stuff like that. How important is that to you?
Well, you asked the right girl, because I am currently the second vice president of the Women's Council of the Houston Black Real Estate Association. I'm a member of Houston Black Real Estate Association. I am highly devoted to educating and empowering home ownership in the Black community. I spend a whole lot of time volunteering, doing financial literacy classes, youth literacy classes, volunteering in the community to help people know what they have access to. I think that it's our job and our duty and responsibility to take home ownership in the Black community to new heights. We're actually facing some of the lowest margins for African American people in home ownership, and our ancestors fought for this right for us to own land, own property. And so, it's so important to get people back to the foundation. Ownership is
crazy that you gotta fight for what it was already yours.
You fighting for what was already yours, but now we're freely giving it away and renting as a practice. And we've got to get back to wanting to own and taking pride in ownership, because it's so important. The people who own have control. And you got to be in a position where you shift your mindset away from some of the right now luxuries to the future.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to sacrifice, the temporary sacrifice. And I try to, help people understand that sacrifice is truly temporary. It's truly temporary. You will reap the benefits and rewards if you sacrifice now. So, I preach it from the mountaintops. I'm literally like screaming, hey, get into this game. Like, understand that ownership matters. Like, you've got to own something other than a Gucci bag. Like, you've got to own something.
That's the biggest fact.
Right.
That's the biggest fact right there. Well, this was a great episode. Trap House Booming 24/7. She gave a lot of game. My boy Ray, he was here earlier. He gave a lot of game. And I'm sure y'all would definitely love this episode. You know what I'm saying? So, Trap House Booming 24/7. We out of here. You dig?
Gorillas in my unit, that's the way that we roll. She said she like the drink, she never seen